Hmm. Okay, I'm live. Hi, all. Wow, suddenly 50 people. Boom, boom, boom. Pew, pew, pew. Hi, everybody. Hi, guys. Hi, Karina. Hi, Tada. Let me move my coffee cup. Move my stuff around here. Casey has invited the vampires across the threshold. Okay. Hi, everybody. Now, I just got done watching episode 5, and I'm going to be working on that tomorrow and up. So, of course, no video on Sunday except for my Patreon people. And I'm going to be working on that video tomorrow and putting it up on Monday. But I wanted to know your thoughts about the news. Surely it must be a joke that the news that was put out was that Harry and Meghan, now that they've trashed the family, they've attacked Catherine, they've attacked William. Number 5 that I just watched, he essentially said it's his father leaking information. I think we all know that's not true. So he's just like they're attacking everybody in the family, and they have now asked for an apology and want to patch things up with the family. Surely that's got to be not true. So I wanted your thoughts. Now, I see where Walker says the invite is a tactical move. Yes, but what are you thinking? Oh, and thank you, Miss Tuesday. It's a sweater. It's cold here. So what do you guys think? Do you think that story is real? And do you think that Charles will be giving the apology that they're requesting? Okay, I'm going to read your comments now. Somebody wrote it's true. Somebody else said it's not going to happen. Somebody else said Harry and Meghan are that distorted. A narcissist would definitely want an apology. Yes, B, I agree with you. Somebody else said, of course it's true. Somebody said, I don't. Here's my thought process. If the king actually brought them over and said, okay, I'm going to give you an apology, that literally to me is putting the stamp of approval on every horrible thing that they've said and saying, okay, yes, they're telling the truth. When we've already shown that they've lied about a lot of things. Now, so I just wondered if you guys think that they actually had the nerve to request an apology from the palace. And do you or do you not think that the palace will give that apology? My guess is going to be no. My guess is the royal family are just going to continue on like they're doing, but I don't think they're going to get their apology. Do I think they're inviting Harry and Meghan to the coronation? Yes, because I think it makes them look magnanimous and forgiving and nice. But I'm beginning to think that if anything happens with the royal family, they deserve it. I mean, at what point do you draw the line and say enough? You know what I mean? Like when do you say it's enough? Okay, let's say, no way will the king apologize. Apologize for what? They're going to ignore them. Apology, no coronation. Yes, says Pojo. Somebody says if they come here for the coronation, they're welcome with the. I guarantee you they're going to show up for the coronation. Guarantee you they will show up for that coronation. That is a yes, they will show up. Somebody else said I'm sick of it all. I got to be honest, Miss Tuesday, I'm getting sick of it myself, and I've still got one more episode to watch. It's like, how much more? And the book hasn't even dropped yet. And then after the book drops, then Harry's going to go around on talk shows talking about the book, trying to talk the book up. then let's not forget that Meghan's going to start making, another book. It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. They're never going to stop. I, for one, am sick of their victim mentality. I've never seen two people be given so much and so ungrateful. And I noticed in episode 5 I watched today, Harry said that he emailed and offered to give back the Sussex titles. Notice he didn't show the email. He didn't show any proof of that. And I don't believe that for 1 second. I think that's a lie. Okay, somebody else is putting up tomatoes. People are watching, but they're not looking favorably. That's the thing. Somebody else said it's not good. B, you're right. It's not good for my mental health. That's why I'm breaking it up. I did like 3 and took a break because I find that as I'm watching, I'm getting more and more. I'm getting more and more angry and just sick of it and just, grow up. Just, oh my God. Peg said they have no receipts. That is true. They have no receipts for anything. They're making a lot of allegations. They're switching their stories around, and they still have not shown any proof of any of these allegations. None. Crazy. Miss Tuesday said, I am not sick of hearing from you. I'm sick of the images. I'm glad you're not sick of me. Oh, my goodness. I heard they have proof in LA from police department that Meghan and Harry had someone tell people where they were to the press. I can believe that. I can do that. This has to stop or our citizens will rebel. William needs to make his father lay down the law or William may not be king. That's my thought. Does anybody want to come on? Like if I put a link up, is there anybody that wants to click on for a minute? I can't stay on too long. And all that noise you're hearing in the background is the washer, the dryer, the dishwasher, and of course I've got dinner in the oven. Drew, yes, Harry is a mental mess. I agree. Anybody? Anybody want to pop on? You have to have a camera. The liars will fade into oblivion. And I hope you're right. The Trinity. Disrespect was called. Yes. The disrespect towards the Queen made me sick. Okay, Karina and Lynn, let me see. I think I'm just supposed to copy this. Copy and paste. I think you just click on that. That's all I know. What y'all gonna do for the news through Christmas with everything closed? Oh, Lord. Don't forget Harry is all King Charles' son. And you know what, Hazel? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him saying, you're my son and I love you and I'll always love you as my son. But as a royal family member, we're done here. Give back. You said you'd give back your titles. I'm asking you for your titles. Give them back. Hand them back. You said on TV you'd hand them back. Hand them back. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Lynn, it says no video, no sound, no devices connected. If no device is connected, I can't put you in. Here's another one. Here's another one. If anybody wants to join in, just click right there. And click there and you can join just for a minute. God, that machine is loud. Only because I'm in this tiny little apartment. And Music Infinity, I'm also kind of disgusted about Lady Hussey. But, they had Marlene there, and it kind of bothered me that they had Marlene there. Notice Marlene was dressed very differently. Linda Love, the subject is the rumor that Harry and Meghan, now that the Netflix documentary is out, they have now asked for an apology from the royal family. Yes, Lynn. Here is the link again. There you go. And let's see. I'm hearing the reason they're giving them a lot of leeways because of Harry's mental condition. Well, Harry doesn't seem to be in such a bad mental condition. That's just me, just my thoughts. Marlene had a smirk on her face and was looking directly into the camera. I think it's hilarious that they were like, oh, poor, these two have had such a horrible time and they've been so unfairly attacked on social media. No, she was fairly attacked on social media because she did that because of what was going on with Harry and Meghan. That was a complete setup. I don't think anybody denies it was a setup. I would like to think that Charles asked her while she was there at the palace about her tweet that he and Camilla were abusing Meghan physically. Maybe they asked her about it. You never know. Let's see. Nobody wants to come on with me. It's so hard to talk to you and read your stuff. You must wait for Parliament to take their titles. She got an apology, so they think they can get one. You know, I get what you guys are saying about Harry's mental health. How old is he? He's like coming up on his 40s. He's never really had a job. He's had everything handed to him. Like, when are we supposed to, say enough's enough? Now, this person, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name, says they should apologize. Who should apologize? Who? Trinity, it says device is not connected. They need to listen to Bob Seeley. Oh, here we go.
Hello.
Carol.
Hi.
Hi. Do you want to give me a thought process on what you think?
It could be that I'm planting a story, couldn't it?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Hey, hi, Sue. Hi, Princess Carol.
Hi, Glenda.
Hi,
Miss Princess here says that could be a planted story. What do you
Hello.
think?
Hello.
What do you think, Glenda? Could that be a planted story?
The one pertaining to Marlene, what's her face?
No, the one where they're saying now that Harry and Meghan are coming to the coronation and they're requesting an apology from the royal family.
I think that I'm going to take that with 2 tons of salt right now.
So you also think it's a plan?
A lot of things can be released right now that can be retracted because recollections may vary.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more apt to believe Uncle Gary's comments that were released earlier today.
And what was that? I didn't see it. I can only take so much at a time. Like, it literally affects, like, I'm not trying to be smart when I say this. It literally affects my mental health. I can only take the videos and the information in certain little small bits.
Uncle Gary's made it a point of how the Middleton family is very supportive of each other and how they don't tell tales outside of school.
Yeah.
Certain things can be said within the family, and the family is respectful of each other to not go and banter it about to the rest of the world.
Hi, Sue.
Look who's here.
Hi.
So,
How are you?
Hi.
It's the Tarot Corner of Dew who did a reading on me after I got doxxed by Christopher Boozy.
Yeah.
By the way, I was shocked when I saw him today in episode 5, and he was
Yeah.
like, all these women are they're middle-aged white women. I was just like,
Well, so there's so many non-middle-aged and non-white women that are calling out Meghan and Harry that Christopher Woozy needs to recheck his information. But regarding Harry and his
His
mental
wife.
health, no, his mental health. I agree that he is in a dire mental health situation. But I don't think that he's a suicide risk. I do think that there is some kind of attempt of the palace to try and excuse why Charles is not doing anything, and why Charles is keep on insisting on inviting them to the coronation. So this is some kind of an attempt of the palace to get some sympathy for Harry. What Harry doesn't understand at all, because he is still protected. They are still protected by the palace. The palace hasn't released the bully allegation investigation. This is the big protection. That is that.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Meghan and Harry keep wanting that they're not being protected, but they have not released the bullying report. They have buried that thing, which I think they're doing
Yep.
for protection. Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
I think that the report is being used as, I don't like to use the term, but blackmail.
Leverage.
Yes. Leverage. Either you play by the rules or all of this is going to come out and you're not going to like it at all. And I would not be surprised if Henry is offered a small residence on one of the other estates owned by his mother's family, saying, if you want to divorce or leave, we'll provide residence for you on somewhere out on Althorpe or the estate belonging to Lady Jane Fellows.
See, I don't see that happening, because there's no way that Meghan's going to let those kids out of the United States and he's not going to leave the kids.
When it comes to the U.S. turning the guardianship of the king's grandchildren, it would be an international diplomatic disaster. The U.S. government will return those children to England because Charles is the legal guardian of those children right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's put it this way, Joe Biden doesn't want to upset the UK, so he'll make sure that those kids, the State Department will have those kids on a jet, direct flight from LA to London in no time.
Yeah.
So
true.
So she has no control over those children, technically.
Interesting.
Well, there's diplomatic flights already set to go at LAX all the time. So in case somebody from
I'll
the
tell you
consulate...
something that is interesting to me. Harry keeps on saying that America is his home now, that he has left the UK. Why hasn't he relinquished his UK
Citizenship?
Citizenship? Why hasn't he applied for a USA citizenship?
Because if he does that, he cannot be a counselor of state.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
might as well give up Frogmore, and he cannot be in the line of succession.
And he has to surrender all titles.
And he won't even be called a prince. Like, it's all over.
He'll be Henry Mountbatten Windsor if he becomes a U.S. citizen.
You know what? He may be Henry Mountbatten Windsor anyway, because come to find out, I don't know if you guys noticed that bill that was put in front of Parliament gave Parliament the right to remove the titles if the king won't do it. So I don't know if Parliament saw that Charles is weak. I don't know what they're thinking, but they have put it in their hands that they can remove it without Charles's approval. So that's what it is.
That's also being used as leverage also.
Now, I also want to say thank you to everybody who's been sending. I've told my son all about your well wishes. He's beyond excited. And if when you have a kid with autism and ADHD and the long list of diagnoses that he has, every milestone was like a check. So it was like, let's get him through elementary school.
So
Check.
it's
Middle
just
school. Check.
someone with autism. Our brains work on a PC platform. An
Yeah, I saw
autistic person, they're on a Mac platform.
But he had a horrible time. He had a horrible time all the way through school, bullied all the way through school, had a really hard time making friends. I mean, it was a nightmare. We didn't know how college was going to be for him. College went really well, as it turned out. And
the odds are is that he was taking in the information so fast that the teacher was not keeping up with his intelligence level, and kids don't like the smartest kid in the class.
It's not even that. When he was in high school, I told him, you don't ever punch first, but if somebody hits you, let them have it. And he's in high school, and he has a speech impediment. Also, he stutters like really badly.
All right.
And so the kids were making fun of his stuttering, and he went to the teacher and asked for assistance. And the teacher basically told him in front of those kids, handle it yourself, which essentially was carte blanche on the kids to just go to town on him. That was in high school. I mean, he's always had it hard. So now he's working on finding a job, and he wants to try to live independently. We're going to get him an apartment, set him up. And with a little bit of luck, my husband and I are going to be empty nesters, because the other kid's away in college several hours away. Well, right now he's home for the holidays, but yeah, we're excited. It might work. It could happen. Happen.
What was his major?
He got a degree in welding. He got a minor in business administration, a minor in mechatronics, and certificates in specialty welding and like 2 other kinds of welding. I mean, you know how you get it? You know how when you get the program, it's got the names under each thing, and they call it, his name was here. And then I said, wait a minute, it's here. His name was like in 5 different places. And I looked at my husband. My husband looks at me and goes, how many degrees is he getting today? And I said, a lot.
So send him down to the local plumbers union hall, because they're screaming right now for welders.
For welders, yeah.
And especially with all the buildings that have to be rebuilt after Hurricane Ian. I mean, I can tell you for a fact, my cousin's house was trashed. Everybody is looking for someone who can build a custom wrought iron gate, which is all welding. He could be making money hand over fist yesterday. So send him down to a union hall.
With your thoughts. Well, you know what? The word union doesn't exist in my state. And as a matter of fact, where we live, when you go to like at the hospitals, when I would go for jobs, they tell you that if anybody even mentions the word union to you, you are to report them immediately.
Okay, well then go to the largest construction company in the biggest town close to you.
Oh, Lord. So, but thank you to everybody. He's doing well. He's very proud. We're proud for him. And yeah, hopefully he'll get a job. Okay. So getting back to what we were talking about, off my kid and back onto this. Yes, their Parliament, I think, has had enough. My point is, maybe it's just me. It looks like, maybe it's just me. I think Charles looks weak.
Yes. Yeah.
He looks tired.
Action. And I think people in the UK are tired of the constant attacks. And I think people in the UK are like, I noticed when I was looking, and you'll see this when I do the next thing on Monday, I noticed that everything that they're showing happened in 2019, 2020, but then they put up something that happened in November of 2021. And that was when Jamaica removed itself, or Barbados removed themselves from the Commonwealth. And they basically insinuated that would never have happened if Meghan had not left the family. And I'm like, what?
Huh?
For a country to extract itself from the Commonwealth, that is a long-term process. It doesn't happen
Yeah.
overnight.
Exactly, but it's a voluntary thing, and several other countries just recently joined.
Yes.
But they're
Yeah.
claiming that they're leaving because they didn't take advantage of Meghan, and it's like Meghan staying wouldn't have helped, because let's face it, when Meghan and Harry were the president, the vice president, they did those Zoom calls where they said horrible things about the Commonwealth. They called them
Oh, God.
racist.
Yes.
What do you know about Netflix subscriptions now?
Their subscriptions their stocks are plummeting, and and they're having to pay back people that paid for ads. And I think, like with Spotify, now that Archetypes is over, I do not believe, I would be shocked if Spotify renewed their contract, because it took them 2 years to get anything out of her, and they had to bring in a lot of outside help.
Yeah.
I don't believe for 1 second that Spotify is going to renew, and I would be shocked if Netflix didn't just cancel their contract, because they brought up several projects. They were all thrown away.
Mhm.
And it's pretty obvious at this point that they were taping and taking all these professional, they've been planning this. Matter of fact, Harry even said, I caught it. He said, this has been in the works for years. And I went,
Yeah. Sue Smith
Yeah,
talked about it
yeah.
as well. Yes.
for years. That means that you were talking about it in 2018. You got married in 2019.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Means
true.
that you guys were discussing it when you got engaged.
Even before.
Before you were even,
Before. Yeah. Yeah.
I was stunned. We have a lot to, you'll see number 5 is going to be a shocker.
Well, I read in one of the trade papers for the entertainment industry that in the gossip column, Spotify is not renewing another contract with them. And other production companies who have distribution deals with Netflix are now very angry with the production companies that affiliated with Archwell for ruining their chances to have their good program, their quality, to be shown on Netflix, and now it won't be seen because of the contract with Archwell on
Mm.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Because a lot of companies, they only get the funding to make their movies, their films, their TV shows if they have a distribution deal. And Netflix is one of the largest distributors for film media currently.
Mm.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if anybody else, after what happened with Spotify, after what happened with Netflix, I would be absolutely shocked if any other networks like Amazon or, you know what I'm saying? If anybody else
Mm. Mm.
gave a deal.
They'll have to self-produce and then basically distribute it themselves on like YouTube.
Look at this. Netflix is off to 11.5 billion, they said, from Amazon.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Wow.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I think that Harry and Meghan just lost it. I mean, they have nothing more to offer. They
I have to,
have nothing more to.
maybe it's just me. I feel if they had actually kept their heads down and didn't attack the family, I think they probably would be more popular at this point than William and Catherine. I think people would be clamoring to see them, clamoring to see their kids. Now it's like, I'm not even interested. If it's
Mm.
your kid,
Yeah.
like, I'm not the least bit interested in your children, and I'm not the least bit interested in you. When I saw her on there crying about, are my babies safe? I'm thinking to myself, you're in a 10,000 square foot house, or 16,000, whatever it is, with a top of the line security system.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
house is surrounded by security guards. You're on 8 acres of land. You have to go miles in just to get to the house. And you expect me to think that you don't think you're safe. Right. Okay.
And all the neighbors have high-tech security systems going also. So everyone driving on that street is probably photographed by 100 cameras before they even get to their own driveway.
You know, she's
Yeah.
crying and the tear is only falling from
The left eye.
the left eye. I don't have, I mean, I really at this point don't have sympathy for her. Now one of my friends, Tracy, I won't give her last name, but hi Tracy, if you're watching this. Tracy calls me up and she goes, you know, if I didn't know them and I saw this, I would feel sorry for them.
Yeah, that's what that's what a lot of people said.
Yeah.
That people that don't know them, that watch that documentary, they feel sorry for them because it is in a way done in a good way to catch the viewer.
The editor did a wonderful job on it. That's one thing I can say. The editing team really did a great job.
Well, the constant Megan, Diana. I mean, they want you to see Megan as Diana. And it's kind of creepy and disgusting when you realize that he is having sex with the woman that he equates to his mother.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
Is
is.
this Oedipus or what?
It
It's
is
like,
terrible. That's a terrible Electra.
oh,
Terrible.
oh my God, it's disgusting. Hey, Lady Nightingale has joined us also.
Oh, hi, Lady Nightingale.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon, evening.
It's evening here. And I don't know about you guys, but we were having really crappy weather here. It was raining I'm not kidding, every day for like 2 weeks. And then today, finally, no rain and the temperature suddenly dropped with high winds. So we're standing outside and we're freezing. And now they're telling us that when Christmas hits, it's going to be 13 degrees.
Wow.
I'm Christmas. I'm like,
By me, yesterday we had the first substantial snowfall, and I will admit it was very pretty walking around outside, but the next few days we'll be in those low digit numbers.
Everybody better warm up. Trinity, you don't have a camera and your mic appears to be muted. Are you there?
Yes, hello. I'm calling from Paris, France. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
I'm so
Bonsoir.
glad.
I'm
I'm so glad I finally caught your live. I didn't get the notification.
You know, you guys, I've told you guys before, I am not tech savvy and I don't know how to set up a thing letting you know that I'm coming live. I haven't figured it out yet.
Do a
Okay.
30-second Blitz promo video.
So just wanted to let you know that I'm a very big fan of your work, and I'm following you on a daily basis. So as you know, we have time zone difference. So I'm trying to catch up as much as I can. And just wanted to let you know that also I'm a Black woman born and raised in France. So when I see what is going on with Meghan, I'm really angry. So yeah.
I love your accent. Oh,
Thank
just
you
keep
very
talking.
much. If you come to Paris, I mean, probably I will be able to show you around. It's a really nice city. If you come here.
Next year, I want you to know that next year, you know, I think you guys know my husband took me to Hawaii.
Yeah.
But that was a surprise. I was unaware that we were going to Hawaii. But the only place that I've been in Europe is Germany and Austria, and 1 week in Switzerland when I was like 24. So next year we're going to do, drum roll. We're doing Rome and the UK.
Wow. Really nice.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Will you fly between Rome and London or take the train?
Oh, I don't know that yet because we haven't booked anything. Like in March, we have to, because we want to be there September, October because there's no air conditioning. And as most of you are aware, if you're a postmenopausal woman, the heat is just not something that I can. Lady Nightingale's like right here, baby. I can tell you that. Oh, look, bonjour, Trinity. Look at that.
Bonjour.
I can tell you that one of my friends, Christine, went to Rome over the summer, and she said that it was so hot there at one point that they had things planned, and she couldn't go because she could not leave the hotel. She couldn't leave the air conditioning. So,
Oh,
yeah, it was just, she couldn't do it. So I said, yeah, I'm going to go the end of September, beginning of October. So I know we're going to fly. We're going to fly to Rome, and I know we're going to be there at least 5 or 6 days. And we have a lot of family and friends in Germany that are going to drive into Rome to hang out with us and see us. And then we'll either fly or take the train to the UK. And then we'll be in the UK for like 7 days, and then we'll fly home.
are you going to be there during the coronation?
In my dreams. I probably couldn't get a ticket at this point. To an airline ticket is ridiculous, and there probably would be no hotels available. So no,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I wish.
Okay, I have to say good night because it's over midnight here, and I have to go to sleep. So night.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night, Tara. Good night.
And she's gone. And I guess somebody else. Del Plummer.
Oh, I've heard of Del Plummer.
You're there. So yeah, we'll be in Rome in the UK next year.
Well, that will
Yeah,
that will be so wonderful.
I would love to see Paris. I would love to go. As a matter of fact, my mother, when she graduated high school, my grandparents sent her on this European thing. I guess that was a thing back in the 40s, late 40s, early 50s. And her photo album are all pictures of her in Italy, in Venice, in Paris. And there's all these pictures, and I think I might try to go find some of these places where she had these pictures taken and try to recreate some of the photos.
Do it.
I mean, she died, I don't know how many years ago now. Oh, my son is hopping up and down here. Are you going to come around and show yourself or no? No? Okay.
Well, don't forget to throw a
gosh,
coin
honey.
in the Trevi fountain.
Well, I won't. Yes. I was about to say, is that in Rome? Yes, it is.
Yes. Whenever you go to Rome, you throw a coin in the fountain, so you always will return to Rome.
Oh, I would love to return to Rome. Somebody said, Sue, would you go and give King Charles a good talking to, please, and kidnap Johnny? I don't think my husband would like that very much if I smuggled Johnny back to the United States. I am married. Okay, the seating arrangement for the coronation needs to be similar to that of the Jubilee. Okay, let's be honest here. There isn't going to be just a little bit of booing with the bells ringing like there was last time. I think if they show up to the coronation, I think the booing is going to be
Louder. Yeah.
really bad. Bells ringing or not, I don't know. Well, oh wait, somebody just wrote, what does this say? I have to click on it, you guys, because the stuff goes by so quickly.
Oh.
Sue, what does your son think of the whole Harkle saga? My husband can't stand hearing about it anymore. My husband's always asking me what's the latest dirt, what's happening. And of course my kids don't give two, they don't care. They don't care at all.
Well, Sue, if someone wants to do the digging, the seating arrangements for the coronations are pretty much standardized. So if you go to look for the seating arrangement for Queen Elizabeth's coronation and her father's, you'll see who's sitting where, the Duke of this, the Duke of Kent, the Duke of Gloucester, all the noble families all have their seats in order of precedence. So
I
you'll be
don't
able to
believe that the royal family will allow them to take any pictures with them, just like they didn't allow it at the service at the cathedral. Just like when they had all the other stuff and they were invited and they went somewhere else. I just don't believe.
I would not be.
I don't think they're going to allow any pictures.
They may be searched before they enter any place.
That's true too. And we've just welcomed Karina.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Karina.
Oh, the
Hi.
pretty smile. She's so
Hey,
pretty.
Sue,
Thank you.
I have a question for you.
Yes, Lady Nightingale.
Sue, do you think Meghan Markle will wear a tiara?
If she gets the chance to, she absolutely will. What does
But
it say?
I don't think she will. I don't think she will.
If they do turn up, the crowd should turn their backs rather than booing. It would drive Meghan mad.
Mm.
There's a thought. That is a thought. You are absolutely correct. I think that would drive her absolutely crazy not to get the attention. Good thought.
Ooh.
Now, let me throw one more thing
I
at you
agree.
guys. Let me get your thoughts for one more thing. The dryer stopped, the washer stopped in, but the alarm hasn't gone off for dinner yet. What did you guys think about my thought process? I know I'm multitasking here. What did you guys think about my thought process about Mr. Boozy's platform? I believe, because let's not forget, he got a $10,000 judgment against him and he was unable to pay that. And then suddenly he could pay for the attorney. And suddenly he's telling everybody that he's paid $900,000 for a domain name. And now he's like, oh, and we registered it in Delaware. How many of you think that that's going to be Harry and Meghan's rival to Twitter?
Let's see who the backers are on the paperwork.
I don't think that it's Meghan and I think it's Meghan and Harry who are founding, helping, financing this venture. But they're not going to discover it because they're going to be in hiding.
Somebody's got a lot of music playing in the background. I don't know who.
It's not me.
Yeah, not me neither. It's
Not me
silent.
It might be me. It might be me.
Shut up
Okay.
that music. And I see the other two people waiting. I'm at my limit, so give me just a minute, guys. Yeah, I think that Harry and Meghan are trying to set up their own rival website to Twitter.
I think it's not crazy that there's big forces behind them, supporting them. I think there's something bigger that we can actually not see. It doesn't make any sense that these two people are still doing everything that they're doing, like rampantly, without no consequences, without having something really big behind them, supporting them.
Yes.
There has to be something that we still don't know. We cannot put a finger of what to what it is. It has to be something really big.
You're thinking about some people like Oprah or Hillary Clinton or people like that?
No, it has to be bigger than Oprah.
I agree with Katarina that there is somebody or an organization providing money, because I worked in the entertainment business, and I know a lot of young actresses would do some things that they may not be too proud of when they're first starting out. So she may have from some friends in Florida who have the money to support her in order for her to keep her mouth shut about certain things that she saw in her younger days.
Now, can I just say, I see stuff like this that says the Obamas are behind them. I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
Most of the A-listers, the Obamas, the Clooneys, the Beckhams, all these Beyonce, all these A-listers that you swear would be in this documentary backing them up.
No.
The only one who's real, you've got a bunch of friends that nobody's really heard of, an attorney, and Serena Williams, and who was that other guy?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Who I haven't seen number 6 yet, but I got to tell you, the articles are coming out saying that he said horrible things about Thomas Markle. And I'm like, you've never met Thomas Markle. You've only heard one half of the situation.
Yeah.
Meghan Markle's been caught in lie after lie. So it's like you really need to not be making comments like that until you've heard the other side. I was really disgusted to hear that he said that. If he said that, I think that's just terrible.
It is, actually it is. And I think that the forces behind them, it has to be political because it seems to be against the monarchy. It seems to be aimed to destroy the monarchy for some reason. So it has to be a political situation behind them.
1,000-year-old institution isn't going to crumble because of Meghan Markle.
Exactly.
Not going to, but okay. So Princess Carol, since you've been here the longest, I'm gonna say goodbye to you because I got somebody waiting in the lobby.
Okay. I'll say goodbye then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Princess.
Bye.
Hi.
So no.
Okay.
And there's
Hey, I have a question.
Beverly. Yes.
Okay. So, episode 6 at the end of, did you catch that Netflix put a disclaimer stating that not everything in there may be accurate?
Yes, that is
I
true.
haven't seen episode 6 yet because I have to take this in small doses
It's
because, like, seriously, it's affecting my mental health. I'm not kidding.
Sue, make sure you have compazine
agree.
ready.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See,
Monday I'll be releasing my take on episode 5, and I've already found a bunch of lies and a bunch of inconsistencies. And as I'm doing these videos, I'm just going, really? Like, are you kidding? Again? Another lie? Another like,
I'm not watching.
oh, like, come on. Like, stop. And I'm like, it's
But
exhausting.
it's true. The Netflix they put a disclaimer at the end of the last episode where they say basically what you're seeing right now, we don't abide to this. This is not proof that it's true, but it is what it is. So Harry is said not to be happy with Netflix right now.
Well, you know what? And I said this to my husband today because I was watching number 5, and I said, he said a joint statement was put out saying that William didn't bully us, or we didn't bully. Okay, can we please see your? You're claiming that you were bullied by William. Could we see your proof, please? You said that you sent an email offering to get back the titles. Could we see that email, please? Because I don't believe for 1 second that you offered to get back titles. Can I see that?
You know what is that too? Megan's real story is actually interesting. If you see what happened in her life, she was raised by her parents, by her father. The mom wasn't there. She was going to a private school, but like her real story is actually interesting. If she had chosen to tell her real story, we will backing it up. Like she would be
exactly. I mean, I'm looking at this. We know that she was raised by her dad. We know that she went to all private schools. We know that dad used to have her picked up in a limousine and taken to the set of Married with Children.
Yes.
Mom, when she was working as a real estate agent, used to take her on trips to Mexico. And yet she puts out this thing about we survived on the all-you-can-eat Sizzler salad bar. It's not true.
Not true.
You know,
we know it's not true.
But that's the reason why she doesn't. That's the reason why she doesn't want any family that can't go. That's why no one went to the wedding except Doria, because she's paid Doria off. I'm convinced of that. The 10 years that she disappeared, was she in jail? I mean, she had something going on with growing marijuana, I heard.
I don't know where Doria.
I mean, that would explain.
Yeah. I don't know where Doria was, but there was some talk that Harry and Meghan were giving her an allowance, and then they've started some care home, and suddenly Doria is the president of the care home, and one of their 20 businesses that they set up in Delaware, and it's like.
And suddenly Doria has $9 million from doing what? What does she do?
Well,
Allegedly, another YouTuber stated that they were able to find certain records that were available to purchase from the state of California that will give a source as to where Doria was for extended periods of time. Now
Don't do it. Don't buy it. Don't do it. That's a scam.
Well,
Oh.
there are supposedly court records that are available for purchase if you can get.
I did hear that she tried to set Thomas Markle up in fraud because they were running a business together, and she tried to set him up as a fraudster, but it failed and came back on her, and she ended up getting done for fraud, and that's why she wasn't around.
I have
Yeah, that would be good.
sure, but I have an issue with poor Thomas. When she said to Charles, "I've lost my father in this. Would you walk me down the aisle?" After Harry said that he was the one who asked Charles to walk Meghan down the aisle. So, I mean, yes, it's a little discrepancy, but that just shows how much they lie. They can't even keep the small stuff straight. But the thing is, she has discounted her father literally since the minute she found out that he was working with the Paps. And I find it very interesting that she used that same Pap when she was shown with Harry out about walking their dogs. And she used the same photographer.
It was set up.
I think her father was set up.
Did you see the fake,
Yeah.
did you see the fake paparazzi that she was scheduling? Like she was coming out of a restaurant with a friend, and there were like, I don't know, maybe 20 people there, and she was signing, the pictures of herself. I watched her sign the same one 5 times with the same guy. 5 times. It was all fake. So when she says that she wants nothing to do with her father, that's unbelievable. She is the queen of manipulating the press to try to get ahead. I don't know.
But they are so stupid. I'm not watching the documentary. I'm letting Sue watch it and go through that. I'm letting Taz watch it and go through that. I'm not doing that.
Just
But
let me watch it. Oh,
you watch
I watched it, ladies, and
and we appreciate it. But I heard that there's one part on I think it's episode 5 where Harry says that they leaving the royal monarchy was setting up like for 2 years. But then he said that on 2020, meaning that if it's 2 years in the making, that set it back from 2018. That's actually before they got married.
yes, that's what I.
Planning on
That's-
going now right before getting married.
That's what I said. He slipped up and said a few things that you went. What did he just say? What
That's
did he
stupid.
just say? Yeah, he just let it go.
but
It had to be set up earlier.
but the two
because-
places he wanted to go
He had-
didn't have film industry. She couldn't be a
But-
celebrity tart.
Let's not
Yeah,
forget,
but he had to know who to invite to the wedding.
let's not forget they also met with Queeby before it folded.
Yes, that's true.
Tried to set something up with Queeby, and then Queeby went under. So they were going. All right, so we've been on for 53 minutes. I've got all of your thoughts. I've got all of your comments. Because I won't watch that. I have a strong gag reflex. Good. I'm watching
Hey,
it.
but
I'm not gonna lie. I'll be very I'm not gonna lie, I'll be very happy when it's over.
At least you've got the Christmas concert to look forward to.
I did a video on that and I put it up today.
Yeah.
It's up.
Yeah, it's being shown on the 24th here. So I'll be
Yes.
watching that.
I don't know if I'll get to watch it or not.
So
I
what do
can
you
work
think
out
the
how to
goal
put it
is?
on here.
When
What do you think the goal is with Harry?
Sorry, I cut you off.
Wait a minute.
It's not
Trinity,
over.
Trinity, go ahead and ask your question real quick. Trinity? All right. Lady Nightingale, go ahead. What was your question?
All right, so with them trying to tear down the monarchy, which that's what it looks like on my side here, What do you think their goal?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Does he want to be king, and she's going to be the queen? I mean, are they hoping that everybody gets
Just
kicked out of the palace and
wanted-
then people put them in?
Here's what I don't know what the goal is, but I'll tell you what. I can tell you that if something happened to Charles, and if something, God forbid, happened to William and George, and if something happened to the family, the monarchy would be abolished so quickly it would make Harry's head spin. They don't own Buckingham Palace. They don't own the royal residences. So he wouldn't be able to stay in any of them. Frogmore and all of that stuff would revert back to the state.
Oh, they don't have
What?
any purchases?
I think they
No.
have like one or two, but they don't own Buckingham Palace.
They own Sandringham and they own Balmoral.
Balmoral.
Sandringham and Balmoral.
Balmoral.
However,
And of
Harry and
course-
Meghan would not have enough money to support the keeping of those homes.
But what I think
No,
is that by the ending of the monarchy, the goal is to pass in history as being the one who ended the monarchy.
Yeah,
That will be the
No.
only thing that they're going to gain. Anything on that is ludicrous.
they're never
Yep.
going to end monarchy.
We tried once
Profitable.
and it didn't last.
No,
Can I just say,
No,
as somebody who loves the UK, if the monarchy ended, not that you guys wouldn't be interesting to go visit, but when you realize that the king is still there and the dukes and the duchesses are still there, it literally, it's like having living history. It's a draw for me to want to go to the UK. I
Yeah.
think if we got rid of the royal family, I think their ability to their what's the word? Travel, they wouldn't have so many people wanting to go. Their tourism would suffer. Trinity is back. Trinity, are you there?
Yeah, apology. Yeah, I am.
Okay. So guys, I need to pull my chicken pot pie out of the oven. I will, you know what? I'm going to guess that 90% of the people in the UK would not want to hurt me while I'm visiting. There might be 10% Sussex Squad, but the other 90% would be okay with me. So when we make the plans to get to the UK, I will let everybody, I'll set something up and I'll say to everybody, hey, anybody who's in London on this day, we're going to be eating dinner here. Feel free to show up. Or we're going to stop here for a coffee, or we're going to, you know what I mean? I'll let somebody know where we are, but I can already, there's such a list of places that I want to see and things I want to do. We're going to be on the constant go while we're in the UK and I don't even know that I would be able to get it all in because there's just so much. But but unfortunately, I'm definitely not going to make it to Paris. Not gonna make it.
well,
The year after.
if you take the train, you can bop off for an evening and then catch the train to London the next morning and have dinner with Trinity.
Wait a minute, you mean the train goes from Rome, cuts through Paris, and then lands in the UK?
Yes, there's the channel.
No, it's a long
Got
day.
Camel Tunnel now.
You mean
Interesting,
I can
Come to
what
to
I
the
would
UK,
do?
so long to-
Trinity, all I got to do is cut one day off of Rome and one day off of the UK, and I could get like 2 days in Paris.
That sounds like a kind
If
of
you
a-
use
I mean,
it, the train.
that will be
What, Trinity?
please come to
Oh, I'd love to come to Paris. Don't kid yourself. Oh my gosh, I would love that. Okay, so we'll let you guys know where we all are. What is this? Block these. Why do people have to come on when I'm having a live and try to sell SEX? I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, I have a chicken pot pie. Unless somebody else wrote, I have an apartment in Paris.
Oh,
Okay. By the way, Miss B, she wrote, since Boozy was on Netflix, Sugars and Hate is hardly on Twitter.
Thank you, Elon.
Let me tell you, I'm still waiting to see how all that's, I'm just meshing out how all that's going to go, because apparently people in the cat is just decided to plop down in front of and push the computer. People in the UK are complaining about his API access. I got to be honest, that's out of my pay grade. That's like, I'm not in on all that, but I'm keeping an eye on the situation. So we'll see what happens. But I was very happy that the UK media noticed that he was running a hate account against the royal family.
And they reported that.
Yes, and they also noticed that the Sussex Squad had been what do you call it? They've been putting up death threats, and he hasn't done any reports on them. Only the ones he's being paid for.
Well,
So you see when he to Prince William, he puts up a side-by-side, a picture of himself and a picture of Prince William. He thinks he's better looking. And
Believe
younger
me,
looking, he's older.
If you go back and look on my videos, I recently did one where I took all my videos about Boozy and I put them all together so that, I just was like, here's what happened. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. Then he doxed me. And then he was like, if I doxed you, Twitter would have gotten rid of me. And then, of course, we found out later on he was working with Twitter. That's why Twitter didn't get rid of him after he doxed me. So, yeah. So
Okay.
the journalists are contacting. Everything is starting to blow up. And they're doing articles on him now and the fact that he was running a hate account against the royal family. So
he's another idiot that has posted himself.
Well, Nate the attorney has did a live the other day, and he was talking about the fact that all these people said he was he was a specialist, and now it's come to find out he's had no education in it, and now everybody's going, wait a minute, hold up, and they're all about,
yeah. But
Yeah,
he's
he's got no
connected with the Amber Heard thing too.
Yes, well, he did a report for Amber Heard's case. He handed what I read was he handed the report to the judge. The judge looked at it and said that it had no methodology, it had no this, it had no that, it was junk, and he threw it out.
Yeah.
So somebody else wrote in his dream in those ears.
I think Nate the lawyer is using that, or he's trying to help with Amber Heard's case. He's trying to help Johnny Depp using that, because Boozy also did a slam spam campaign against him, just really nasty.
Yeah, I was very happy that LawTube, not that he attacked LawTube, but I was happy that LawTube got involved, because long before he attacked LawTube, he was attacking me, Yankee Wally, Marky Meg. He's been doing this for quite some time to all of us. And then Andy on Popcorn Planet, in case you guys should sign up there if you're not, Andy was doing a report, looking at Boozy's report, and people were contacting me going, you need to get on there. You need to get on there. So I got on and told him, this guy, Andy, what all had happened. And then it was right after that Nate got attacked. And I wrote to Andy and I said, are you aware about the Jason Goodman lawsuit? I dumped all the information. And then I said, are you aware of his bankruptcy? Here. And I dumped all the information. And then he passed it on to Nate, and it went from there.
Awesome.
Well, if you know where to look, you don't know if Boozy is living in New Jersey or Florida.
He lives in New Jersey, in North Bergen.
Okay, because what I found in my little internet search is he owns actual property in the Florida area also.
He may own Florida property, but I can't imagine how, because the condo he lives in New Jersey is in a bad part of town. So the pictures from the process servers show he drives like a super old beaten up truck. And we know that he has a $10,000 judgment against him from the landlord, and he can't pay any of that.
No.
So I don't know how he would own property in another state unless it was like left to him.
Yeah, inherited property cannot be glommed onto through a lawsuit.
Right. That's what I think it is. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to go pull the pot pie out of the oven and be a good wife and put dinner on the table, because I don't have a chef in my house or a maid or a gardener. Not that I need it in my little, what is it called? In my little housing unit here. Just a few more months, they keep saying. Just a few more months.
Well, you don't want to move during the rainy winter, so just hold out till a sunny April day.
You know, we told them we told them to do the foundation in November when it was dry and cold. And they said no, and they pushed it back to December, and it's been raining for 2 weeks straight. And several trucks have gone onto the property and gotten stuck and left ruts this deep in the land. And I'm like, no, it's your damage. You're going to have to fix it. And we warned you. We told you. But yeah, I'm hoping it's over soon. So we hope. Anyway, all right, you guys. Everybody have a wonderful night. Thank you for the thought processes.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice evening.
Guys.
Bye.